Just another off-the-cuff crazy idea of mine. One day off from firefighting, and I decided on the spur of the moment to come out and do a paddle. What I've done is I've stashed the kayak a couple of k's upstream, and I put my bike in the ute, dropped the ute off at the takeout, and I'm riding the bike back to the put-in. At least with the bike I'm using my legs and not my arms. But it should be a good trip. Everything's still here. Woohoo! Everybody, Justin here with another All Things Outdoors. Well, this time it's actually a mini adventure. Today's a Monday. You might be thinking, what the hell is he doing out on a Monday kayaking down the river? Well, I've just come off a 9-day stint of firework. Not the fireworks. Working on bushfires. Some of you might have seen that Australia is experiencing some pretty devastating bushfires at the moment, and in my job with the Country Fire Authority, my operational role is as an aircraft officer. And what an aircraft officer does is help with the coordination of aircraft assets that are used on a fire. So first and foremost, your bombing aircraft, so like your heli-tacs that drop the water, your fixed-wing aeroplanes that drop water, even up to those big large air tankers that drop water as well, along with the air attack supervision aircraft. So that's the guy up there that tells all the bombers where he wants them to drop the water, he or she, sorry, where he wants them to drop the water. And then you've also got air observing aircraft, aerial intelligence gathering aircraft, infrared line scan aircraft, so just a whole myriad of aviation assets that we can use to suppress wildfire. So that's part of what I do at the Country Fire Authority. So as I said just before, I've come off a 9-day stint working on the various fires here in northeast Victoria, and it's been a pretty tough 9 days. only because there's been fires very local to my house. So my parents and my brother, they live at a place called Rowley, or Rowley South, and fire was coming up to within a couple of kilometres of their house, so it was a bit of a concern. We were all right where we live at Oxley. We're only, sorry, I didn't say only, we were 20 to 30 k's away from that fire front, but it still makes it a bit uneasy for you when you have to go away to other fires to work. So it's been a pretty intense sort of 2-week period here, and everyone's getting a bit tired. So I've got one day for a rest break, and I just could not resist the urge to come down to the river, have a paddle, maybe do some fishing, and just enjoy being in the outdoors. You may notice it's still quite smoky at the moment, but it's less smoky than what it has been for the last couple of weeks, so I haven't got any other opportunities at the moment, so I thought, nah, I'm just going to have to take this one. So I'm only paddling a short stretch of the Ovens River today. It's a stretch I've done before, but it's something that I wanted to do, again, just to get out of the house, just to get away from fire, get away from work. And this is the best way I know how to get away from work. So considering I'm on my own, you may have seen just there what I did was I drove to the put-in first, stashed the kayak, then drove to the takeout, left my vehicle, brought my bike, pedalled my bike all the way back to the put-in, and now I've stashed the bike back here. Hopefully it's alright when I come back, but the kayak was still here, so can't complain about that. Yeah, so nice couple of hours just leisurely paddling down the river, nothing too strenuous, and we'll have a good time. Ooh, black snake. Now I mentioned before that I've just come off a 9-day stint on firefighting duties, and I commented that people were tired, including myself, but we always fail to mention the people behind the scenes, and by that I don't mean you know, the people in the incident control centres or the people that you don't see on the fire line. I'm talking about the people that support the firefighters and the associated people, namely their families, and someone in particular who probably doesn't get a mention in much in the way of firefighting is my wife. Louise has been toiling away at home while I've been out working on these various fires and really putting in the hard work at home to keep things going. We have a 2-year-old who's extremely busy, and it takes a lot of work to sort of keep him settled and keep him happy. And Louise has done an absolute power of work behind the scenes there, doing all of that, taking care of our son. Not to mention while she's also pregnant with our second child. So I really wanted to take this opportunity to say thanks to Louise for doing the hard yards so that I can go and support other communities in the firefight. So love you, Lou. Good job, mate. So while everyone's out there saying thank you to the fireys, thank you to the military, why don't you take some time to thank a firey's wife, or thank a firey's husband, because they slog away behind the scenes to make their partner available to go out and assist with firefighting. So it's better for them too. Oh, and by the way, speaking of Louise, she got me this sweet singlet top. She made it up for, what was it for? I think it was part of our wedding anniversary presents that we gave each other. And she also got me a hoodie made that you might have seen in my last adventure video too. and I absolutely love it. So I just wanted to give another shout out to Louise about that too, because it's greatly appreciated. Now today I'm using my Daintree Hunter kayak, which I haven't been able to use a great deal. I did have grand plans to do an upper ovens trip with it earlier in the season, but weather got the better of those plans, so I had to scrub it, and then I'd already had the plans in place to use the canoe on the lower section, which I've already given back anyway. So I'm hunting around to buy my own canoe, because I absolutely loved using the canoe. It was the best thing ever, and I had a great time using it. But, you know, today I'm only just out travelling light, fishing rod, and not much else, so perfect opportunity to use the Daintree Hunter. And if you can hear me scraping over rocks and logs, it's probably a good idea too, because the river is really low, and I might have to do a little bit of dragging. Oh, check it out. A rope swing. Yeah. If you did not swing off one of these in your childhood, then you didn't have a childhood. Where do they must walk up that big tree that's overhanging there and jump off that. How the hell do they get up there? Oh, I'm very tempted to try it. Maybe I'll pass. The water is just not deep enough. Also want to give a shout out to my mum and dad too, because they've been helping a lot with Tom lately, so that we can get out and pretend like we're a couple. I know we are, but it's nice to just get out and just be a husband and a wife, and not parents for a night or two. So thanks to mum and dad for having Tom. They let us go down to the cricket down in Melbourne, stayed down in Melbourne for a night. That was really nice. Right, so here's a little tour of the Daintree Hunter kayak mods that I've done prior to coming out on this trip. I've done them, probably it was about 6 months ago when I first got the kayak, so I'm actually only trying them out now, but they seem to be holding up so far. So I've put camera mounts on there for ease of access. They're the standard GoPro mounts. What I've done on the back hatch, because it only comes with just the rubber mount, I threw a couple of straps on there as well, just to help hold the hatch on and stop it from popping off as well, just for a bit of added security. Now here is the frame that I've made for the Bud Troll upgrade seat. You can see it's made out of, I think it's what, a 3/4 inch or inch PVC pipe with all the joiners glued together, and you can see here I've put these T-piece joiners in there for the front pegs of the seat to sit in, to hold it steady, so it's nice and firm, not going anywhere. And the PVC frame is actually screwed into the original screw holes that held that big plastic moulded seat into that area. We even added a little drink holder in there as well, so it just simply pops out. It's not strapped in or anything like that. And there you can see the frame. Looks like I need to tip a bit of water out too. That reminds me, I also put these handles on the side with the little paddle holding bungee as well, because there wasn't anywhere to hold the kayak. You actually pick it up with the side of the cockpit there, so I really like that addition because it gives you somewhere to put your paddle. Even though you've got this little notch across the front here where you can sit it in, it sits nice and secure in there when you put it underneath the bungee. Well, it was bound to happen at some stage today, but I've run up against the log. No worries, we'll do our midstream log crossing technique. Right, now we're just going to get back in. Rightio, we did it. We've just passed Yellow Creek, so we won't have too much further to go till we get down to the takeout at Wangaratta. Scared the crap out of me, and now I'm snagged. I'm only a couple hundred metres away from the takeout, so unfortunately no fish. Oh, it's never any good in the middle of the day, but you know, I suppose you don't come out here just to catch fish, come out here to enjoy the outdoors and do a bit of paddling. But if you're new to the channel, go and check out some of my other adventure videos. There's a heap of kayak camping and kayak fishing adventure videos. There's a bit of boat fishing videos in there, a bit of boat adventures, and videos on building a pontoon boat, videos on renovating an old caravan, and also like hints and tips and tricks and modifications that I've done to kayaks and that sort of stuff. So head on over to All Things Outdoors YouTube channel and check it out. And I'd really appreciate it if you've gotten this far, just to hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And if you have gotten this far, maybe you could consider subscribing to the channel, because I make quite regular videos of this sort of stuff. And hopefully if these fires wind up soon, I'll be out there making more. So once again, thanks for watching, guys. See you later. And my bike's still here.